guys, I'm Janet, on occasion, and so playing the Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. So here we are with our greenskin horde here. I brought a lot of big uns, because I'm up against Norsca, and I just wanted to make sure that anything large would be dead. So as you can see, massive front line of big uns. Behind them, I've got a couple of units of Goblin Archers, just, you know, so I can put a little bit of extra pressure on things. I've also got a Night Goblin Shaman, and I've got two Goblin Big Bosses, and Skarsnik. So Skarsnik, again, huge anti-large. He's just such a good pick against pretty much everybody. Because he's just so good. You know, if they bring like a massive dragon or something, he'll just kill it. It's great. So pretty handy. Also, I've got some units of trolls in here as well. 4 units, in fact. So, because you know how much I love trolls. So I'm actually going against a friend of mine. So Strigid here. He's playing as Norsca, and he was very wise. He didn't really bring any large. In fact, I don't think he brought any. No, he didn't. So he's got a front line of Marauder Hunters here, which are going to try and, you know, get some hits out. Also, he's got all these Marauder Berserkers, which is crazy. There's so many of them, but then I have a lot of big uns, so we'll see how it goes. Also, he's got some Marauder Spearmen on either side, just in case I brought any cavalry. And he's also got Wulfric the Wanderer, and as you can see, he's on foot, which is much safer. Oh, he does have one large unit. He's got a Fimir Bale Fiend, so of Shadows. So pretty cool. So also, if we go over here, you'll see he's got 2 units of Norscan Ice Wolves. These guys will tear through a lot of infantry. They're very good. I really love these guys. So let's speed things up and see how it goes. So, immediately I start heading up sort of towards the hill, and then I start to see his army appear, so I charge in this way. So, I see these guys, I'm just going to ignore them. And one thing I did do, which was a bit silly, is I should have pulled these guys down to protect my Goblin Archers, but frankly, they're cheap, I didn't really mind. I'm quite happy to have a lot of the enemy distracted, chasing down Goblins while I just smash his front line. Because I saw that it was all just infantry, I just wanted to smash them as quickly as possible. So, that's the plan there. Whether or not it'll go well, I have no idea. So, oh, also he does have the Brutes of the Hound in here as well, so he's got some extra special Marauders. So yeah, it's pretty cool, just massive infantry armies. So you don't often see this, you know, armies don't usually look this big, so it's pretty cool. So I get some arrows, I try and aim for the Brutes of the Hound, because, well, you know, they can be the most dangerous thing in the front line, so may as well try and kill them. So charge in, the trolls obviously smash into these guys. And I get an itchy nuisance in the middle, because I want to win the middle more than anything, really. Because as you can see, I've got quite a lot up here. A heck of a lot, in fact. What are they even fighting? What's in here? Marauder Berserkers. Okay, I can't see the flag for some reason, which is unusual. So here, you can see, I've got my Goblin Shaman here as the only defense. Goblin Archers completely torn apart. More than half their health got in one charge. But, you know, I'm hitting these guys a little bit. Well, not anymore. Oh no, Pit of Shades comes down. So that's going to do some damage. Luckily, though, he aimed in a spot where I was peeling units off. Which is very fortunate for me, because I wanted to get these Norscan Ice Wolves dead. And, yeah, I've done a lot of damage. Yeah, you can see, you know, these Berserkers are knackered, these Berserkers are knackered. I was quite happy with just, you know, 1 unit of big uns and some Trolls and Skarsnik dealing with them. Oh, and my Goblin Big Bosses as well. So, yeah, no problem here. So I was quite happy to peel these guys off. I should have peeled them off earlier though and, you know, saved my archers, but, you know. Yeah, just going to have to deal with that. Down here though, I'm suffering a lot. These 2 units are big uns, they're surrounded, and obviously we've got Wulfric in here as well, so that's going to prove to be a real problem. So here I've got Skarsnik chasing these guys for some reason. Need to stop him doing that. Here though, these spearmen are coming, and they are so resilient, they won't die. It's pretty crazy. You'll see, they last so well against the big uns. I'm not entirely sure how. But yeah, they just refuse to go down. It's pretty fantastic. Because, yeah, very cheap infantry. I didn't realise they could hold out so well. So I might start bringing these guys to my front line for a bit, you know, instead of Berserkers, just to see what happens. Probably have some Berserkers, you know, intermixed, because, yeah, they can go Berserk, and that'd be great. And once they go Berserk, they'll have more health, because obviously the Spearmen will be taking a lot of damage, which apparently they can take a lot of. Because, yeah, completely surrounded, and they're still fighting for ages. So anyway, so I managed to get rid of the wolves, and so I'm charging in my trolls here, trying to do some damage to these guys. You know, the Berserkers, they're going to get hit pretty badly by the trolls, but then they can do a lot of damage, so we'll see. Annoyingly though, he's got his hunters in the back line, he's bringing a load of Marauder Berserkers back. So these spearmen, still going, I really need these units, and yeah. Also, I don't seem to notice these trolls up here for a while. So, as you can see, now I've got my Goblin Big Bosses, trying to go for Wulfric the Wanderer, because if I can poison him, that's great. I've done a lot of damage to his Bale Fiend as well, probably because of all the anti-large knocking around. So suddenly get charged by a few more things, and the Trolls think, yeah, they are starting to have enough here. So again, you know, a lot of stuff routing back here, but you know, Trolls will run away, so I can bring them back now. So yeah, I'm bringing these guys back down. These spearmen still alive somehow. It's ridiculous. They hold out for so long, and against big uns as well with a crazy weapon strength. Like it's pretty fantastic. So yeah, I think I underestimated the spearmen when I first started playing Norsca. So it's pretty cool. So as you can see now, yeah, my Goblin Big Bosses. Where on earth are they? I've got my Night Goblin Shaman in here. So there's one big boss, and there's the other one. Yeah, so they both ran away at the same time. So now Skarsnik's in here with Wulfric, which I don't much like. So I'm going to try and get rid of this Bale Fiend. As you can see, people wavering on both sides. Here though, finally get rid of those spearmen so I can charge my big uns into their back line. You'll notice they have a load of ammo. Apparently they haven't been able to throw over this hill, which is great for me because these guys could have done a lot of damage, but this terrain just doesn't suit them for some reason. They're obstructed for most of the match here, which I think is a bit silly really. Because they shouldn't be. Here, now they're finally firing. Ridiculous. So I managed to scare off those ice walls again, so that's good. So getting some archers back, got my trolls back, got another unit of trolls here, so I'm going to be able to get into the flank here. Amazingly though, these hunters are actually doing really well against the big uns as well. I'm not quite sure how I did so well in that initial engagement if, you know, these guys managed to hold out for so long. But, you know, we'll see. So I managed to get my big bosses back, so I'm chasing... my Shaman's running away. But still, I think Mana wins magic at this point, doesn't matter. So I'm trying to chase Wulfric a bit, you know, with my Goblin Big Bosses, while I finish off some, you know, just Berserkers here. And Skarsnik's just out of trouble, that's fine. And his back line is getting completely destroyed. And Wulfric, you know, he's not unbreakable. Army losses will affect him, and as you can see, they just did. So yeah, it's a fun one. You don't often see, you know, that much infantry on either side. I mean, look at the size of these armies. Absolutely massive. So yeah, pretty cool. Also, some of the biggers did really well. 154, 151, really good. Like a load of people got, you know, 70, 80. Pretty impressive. Even my Goblin Big Boss has got a few kills, actually, which, you know, using them as sort of hero hunters, that's quite impressive. They managed to get a few. Skarsnik did pretty well as well, 45 kills there. My Trolls, you know, pretty high kills across the board. But then you'd expect high kills across the board, because, well, you know, we had... there were 2,000 people on the field, so they'd have to be. But you can see the Marauders, you know, with them sort of triggering their, you know, berserk, is amazing how long they stay in the fight, because they pretty much fought to the last man. And even these Spearmen did, and I don't understand how these Spearmen stayed in the fight so long. That's truly impressive. I did not realise these guys could hold out for as long as they can. You can see they didn't get a huge amount of kills, but you can see at the, you know, at the top. You know, by the gigantic tree. It's a really big tree. Did you notice that? Up by there, you know, that unit lasted for ages. I think it might have been this one. You know, 33 kills, not great, but it lasted for so long. That was 2 units of big uns that I couldn't bring into the fight. So, it was pretty impressive. Also, the Norscan Ice Wolves, the fact, I know that, you know, Goblin Archers, they're not very good at defending themselves, but still, one charge took more than half their health off. I mean, just for a hit and run, that's amazing, isn't it? Huge amount of damage. So yeah, pretty cool. So thanks Triggered. He'll probably be watching this and thinking, why did you put this on the channel? Well, I wanted to point out how crazy these spearmen were. And yeah, that's about it really, to be honest. And well, the Ice Wolves as well. But you know, I wanted to point out some things, and I think it's worth pointing out. And this was just a friendly. So sorry Triggered if I've embarrassed you. But well, I'm sure it'll be fine. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.